Hello friends, today I am going to discuss another issue, that is stabilization and wedges. So before I say anything to you, so first of all, welcome to my YouTube channel, that is Study Center IPS Education Study Center Guide. So let's start the discussion, that is stabilization of wedges. In the past 53 years, the global carbon emission has been rising. 3.7 metric tons of CO2 emissions contain a metric ton of carbon, and today global carbon emissions are estimated 8 billion metric ton a year. By 2057, the projected emission will be of 16 billion metric tons of carbon a year. The possible temperature rises will be plus 9 degree Fahrenheit to the existing temperature of 78 degree Fahrenheit. At the atmospheric CO2, the concentration in the part per million will be over 800 ppm as against the current 525 ppm. There are three possible paths of future carbon emission. First, maintain the current rate of increase. Second, hold the emission at today's rate following 0.8 carbon cutting wedges by 2057 and then reduce further. And third, reduce emission by half over the next 50 years by cutting 0.4 more wedges and then reduce further. How is this going to be done? The Princeton researcher Robert Skolow and Stephen Pekala have described 15 stabilization wedges of carbon cutting wedges. Using the existing technologies, realize the goal of adopting any combination of the below mentioned strategies that equal 12 wedges and could lower emission by 50%. Each carbon cutting wedges would reduce emission by a billion metric ton a year by 2057. These wedges are efficiency and conservation, improve fuel economy of the 2 billion cars expected on the road by 2057 to 60 mpg from to 30 mpg. Reduce miles traveled annually per car from 10,000 to 5,000. Increase efficiency in heating, cooling, lighting and appliances by 25%. Improve the coal fire power plant efficiency to 60% to 40%. Carbon capture and storage. Use capture system at coal driven hydrogen plants producing fuel a billion cars. Use capture systems in coal derived synthetic fuel plant producing 30 million barrels a day. Introduce system to capture CO2 and store it underground. Low carbon fuels replace large coal fired power plants with natural gas fired plants. Displace the coal by increasing production of nuclear power 3 times of today's capacity. Renewable sources of energy. Increase wind generated power to 25 times currently capacity. Increase wind power to 50 times current capacity to make hydrogen for fuel cell cars. Increasing solar power to 700 times of current capacity. Increasing ethanol biofuel production to 50 times current capacity. Stop all deforestation. Expand conservation tillage to all cropland. So we can hold emission at today's rate by cutting 8 wedges and reduce emissions by the half over the next 50 years by cutting 4 more wedges and then reduce further. Thank you friends. If you like my video, like it, share it. Thank you.